Trump kind of move forward in the race. And so you have Marco Rubio, Chris Christie, John Kasich, Jeb Bush, all competing in that key state of New Hampshire.
Well, this morning, Donald Trump gave an interview responding to the questions about whether his supporters are going to show up to vote. Let's take a listen to that.
I think they will, but you don't know. Look, I have a very good bond and relationship to the people of Iowa. I've done great with the Tea Party. I've done really, really great with the evangelicals, and you see the numbers. And Ted and I are pretty close in terms of the polling, but I think we're going to have a lot of people that go out. I hope to win Iowa. It would be very easy for me to say, oh well, if I come in second or third, that would be wonderful. But I don't want to say that. I'd like to win Iowa, and then I'd like to win New Hampshire, where I have a very substantial lead.
Caitlin, overall, as you know, Trump's strategy is very unusual for a presidential candidate. He does not do TV ads. He does not employ campaign posters. He does not appear to do any opposition research. He relies on making headlines, essentially. Is this the future of campaigning, or is Donald Trump the only one who could pull that off?
Well, we're starting to see this nationalization of politics, right? I mean, Donald Trump has been leading pretty much everywhere in the polls with that national campaign strategy. And so if he's successful in a state like New Hampshire, for example, that could bring into question, the status of the retail campaigning and the town halls and the on-the-ground kind of thing associated with politics. But you bring up Iowa, and that is going to be a very key state in terms of organizing. Ted Cruz is positioned to do very well in a state like Iowa, but remember, it's a caucus. So getting people to come out, as they say, in that cold night in February, but also getting them to attend a caucus is very different.
Oh man, one of my Warhol flinging my paint all over the room.
Key test for Donald Trump.
Unreal.
His campaign has been based on the idea of winning. He talks about leading the polls. He talks about being a winner. And so if he doesn't pull out a victory in Iowa, that will bring into question some of the elements of his campaign. And so the question remains, does he go to New Hampshire, and can he do well there?
What is your take on Trump's path to victory? At what point do you think it will become
Everything has their reason and madness.
Well, I think after New Hampshire, we'll have a real winnowing of the field. There are several candidates trying to compete for that key state, and if they don't do well, I'm talking about Chris Christie, Jeb Bush, John Kasich. If they don't do well in New Hampshire, there are questions about their future. For Donald Trump, though, his main rival right now is Ted Cruz, who is looking for a win in Iowa, but then really focusing his campaign on the southern states that all vote in unison on March 1st, the so-called SEC primary, where there are many delegates at stake. And so the calendar at this point is favoring Cruz.
All right, you can do it. Coming up, Cruz next campaign from the Red Road back you are seeing at the pump.
Children are dying every day from hunger and sickness. Innocent children, just like this one. These children are facing death right now. But with your support of just 50 cents a day, we can save them. Please go online or call this number and join the U.S. Fund for UNICEF for only $15. just 50 cents a day, you'll deliver emergency medical care, vaccines, and life-saving nutrition to the children who could die without it. It's just 50 cents a day, but it'll mean the difference between life and death for a child waiting for help right now. Coming for to care. Reach out to that child so they never have to look into the face of death again. Go online or pick up the phone now.
Try the superior hold of Fixodent Plus adhesives. They help your denture hold strong, more like natural teeth, and you can eat even tough foods. Fixodent, strong, more like natural teeth. Fixodent, and forget it.
The future belongs to fast and help you accelerate and create a new company. One totally focused on what's next for your business. A true partnership where people, technology, and ideas push everything forward. Accelerating innovation, accelerating transformation, accelerating the next.
A top story we are following, U.S. military pilots fighting against ISIS were busy on Christmas Day. The Pentagon says the United States hit Islamic targets in Iraq and Syria with 17 airstrikes using fighter aircraft, bombers, and remotely controlled aircraft. All U.S. aircraft returned safely. Oil prices are continuing to fall, but most of our consumers are benefiting. Prices at the gas pump dropped at an average of $2 a gallon nationwide. That is the lowest mark since 2009. Let's bring in Jason Bordoff, the founding director of the Columbia Center on Global Energy. Jason, welcome to you. What's the global price?
Oh my gosh.
Well, we've seen pretty weak demand growth. Has been helped by the warm weather that we've been having in certainly in the Northeast. And then the world is just kind of awash in cheap oil right now. The U.S. Supply of shale has held up much better than people thought with the low oil price. OPEC not only hasn't cut production, but has actually increased production a large amount. And now we have Iran coming back into the market with sanctions being lifted, maybe Libya. There's just a lot of oil there. So we have more supply than we need. We're producing more than we're consuming. Inventories are filling, and it's weighing on prices.
You know, you mentioned the shale oil, and something relative to that. With Saudi Arabia, the world's second largest oil producer after the U.S., has declined to cut back oil production. Is this aimed at pricing expensive to produce shale oil, mostly from this country as well as Canada, and get it out of the marketplace?
So I'd say two things. One is, in some sense, the Saudis didn't have much of a choice in the matter. If they had cut back production a very large amount to keep the price elevated, the U.S. was growing at 1 million barrels per day per year. The U.S. would keep growing at this very large rate, and just